Alrighty, everybody. Today we're going to talk about campaigns. This tab is located beneath the Opportunities tab and above Reports. Now, I will say that this tab has been sort of a work in progress, I've noticed. There's a lot of changes that have come recently, and there's a lot more changes probably coming down the road. So this video may be out of date soon. But for now, today is the last day of June in 2020. For now, this is what we've got. Bear with me, a lot of these new things that have come up, I haven't personally even experienced yet for Morrison Associates. So I can try to explain it as best as I can, but just keep in mind that I'm learning in a lot of ways just like you all are. Anyway, so when you click on the Campaigns tab over here, it kind of has the shape of a megaphone with a little tiny person. It's going to take you to this dashboard. This dashboard will only really give you information if you have been using the different campaigns. Otherwise, it'll tell you things like this. There's not enough campaigns to tell all the way across all the boards. But it can this front page can kind of give you, an idea of where you're at. Like right now, I currently have an ad going on social media, so I've currently spent $13.14 on this ad. And then, lead to goal, 100% on 0% on target. It just means I don't have any leads. And these are my connected accounts. Now, remember, I posted a video a couple weeks back showing you how to create a business profile specifically on Facebook, and then how to connect it with your Command to Sync It app. You need to do that before you can post on social media accounts through Command. You'll know you've done it correctly when your name pops up here. Again, it will say your personal account name, but your business account is attached to your parent's personal account, which means that as long as your personal account is connected to your campaigns, you can select your business page to post to. So don't worry, you're not going to be posting, things on your personal page and annoying the crap out of people who don't care. So with that, we're going to go up here. There's several tabs to choose from. We're going to start with paid ads. Now you'll notice here that I have a whole list of ads that I've completed. And I have only done 17, and I currently have one active. What this is just a list of your history of posting ads and exactly what they gave you. Notice I have one active, and I have it set for a 10-day duration. I have 6,108 impressions on it so far. Impressions specifically on Facebook, because that's what this is. Notice it only has the F. Impressions on Facebook are anybody who comment, click on, or spend more than a couple seconds actually looking through your photos. They interact with it somehow, but they don't necessarily follow through. Clicks. Those are people who have literally clicked on the contact me or clicked on the ad itself and wanted to learn more somehow. They probably were taken to a landing page that you set up in the campaign and then never put in their information. If they had put in their information, it would turn into a lead. And if you notice here, I don't have any leads on this ad. I will say getting leads is difficult. As you can tell, my track record is not entirely great, except for this one right here. I got 1, yay! And then I got 8, and I got 3. I find that advertising listings, you'll get more leads because people want to know more information. Although they pan out, I've noticed that Seattle specifically is a little difficult to do campaigns in. So, and Dan Edwards has a lot of ideas as far as how to do campaigns. So I recommend using him or even Alex as an example or as someone to go to if you have questions about how to get good leads from the campaigns. All I'm going to show you is how to set them up today. So to start a social media campaign, you just start a new campaign. There's several to choose from, and all of these encompass everything that you can do in campaigns. But right now we're on social ads, specifically paid ones. So we're going to click paid. we are going to, what do you want to do? Do you want to attract buyers? Do you want to advertise multiple listings? Do you want to attract listings? Do you want to advertise just one listing? We're going to just advertise a listing. And over here, Morrison Associates does not yet have a Twitter. We do have an Instagram, but I don't typically use it to advertise listings. And that's just kind of my own prerogative. It's up to you what you want to do. But I'm going to just click Facebook. But for now, I'll also click Instagram, just because there's a specific area at the bottom of the campaign that is interesting to know. So this campaign is going to actually be called Testing 1, 2, 3. And we're going to set up the campaign. Now, since I'm advertising a listing, this will automatically pop up to ask me to put in a address. And you have to make sure that if you're advertising a listing that you select that you're just doing your listing, or that you're doing all listings, not just your listing, in the event that it's added in. Now it looks like there's different categories here now. Sorry, this took me by surprise. I wasn't seeing my ad or my listing, but our listing is pending. And so, now that I've switched that, now I can see. So just keep in mind, if you can't find your listing, make sure that all of these, that you're showing all listings, that they're pending, make sure all that information is correct. So this is my listing right here, 3616 North Stevens Street in Tacoma. I know it's my team's listing because here's Sean's name right here. I'm going to select it. And it will kind of auto-populate information. Now, keeping in mind that, well, first of all, let me go back here. Now that I've done that, on your left-hand side, this is where you draft everything. On the right-hand side, this is the preview of what it will look like. And there's a couple different previews you could choose from. For example, this is a Facebook preview on a web feed. So if someone's on a computer, desktop, laptop, etc., this is what the ad is going to look like. If they're on a phone or a mobile, iPad, etc., this is what the ad will look like. If they're on Instagram, this is what the ad on Instagram is going to look like. Notice it's the Instagram heart and everything. So, this is what they'll see. And then if it's an Instagram story, this is what they'll see. I like to do Facebook mobile because that's typically what most people use. And because it's also got the smallest amount of information. Now, the information that was added from the MLS is pretty much it is what auto-populates here, but look at it over here. This kind of trails off. You want to keep this short and sweet. In fact, they only give you a 250 character limit here. So I'm not going to change this right now just for the sake of time, but keep in mind that you want something catchy. You want to capture the eye. I think people typically say that you want to do a call to action and make sure that they're intrigued. But this particular box, the main copy, that's what shows up above the photo. Your headline is what shows up beneath the photo in the headline text. Your description is what shows up, is what shows up in the text beneath the headline. You're going to save the ad text. Then you're going to add media, and you can, it'll obviously default to the primary picture on the MLS, but you can add more. You can also add video if you'd like. And so if you created a video of your listing, then there you go. You can add more by clicking here, and all of the photos that were uploaded to the MLS are already here. You don't have to upload them. And this is where I also highly recommend getting professional photography done because it will make your ads look that much better as well. But for now, I like that picture. And sometimes I'll click on up to 5 photos just so people can scroll through them and just kind of be intrigued. But again, you kind of want to leave an element of mystery so that way they have a reason to reach out. The DBA logo, if you have your marketing profile on command set up, which will be another video for another time, this will automatically populate. Notice it says in a very squished way KW Bellevue, but it shows up down here. And then you can include your ownership statement if you want. I typically don't. And then I'm going to configure Facebook and Instagram ads. So this is where you add the page. So remember we talked about earlier, your parent page is your personal page on Facebook. and on Instagram as well. They're attached because they're the same company now. So now here's where you go over and click your page. What you have to do, hence the red star here. And here's Morrison Associates Real Estate Keller Williams. Now when I click this, take a look what happens in the preview. All of that logo and the page changed to my Morrison Associates Facebook logo and my Morrison Associates Keller Williams name. Pretty cool, right? And then you can also do an Instagram ad or an Instagram story. I'm going to do an Instagram ad. And then you can choose a destination. So a destination is like this little button of learn more. Where does it take you? Where do you want your people to go once they look at this advertisement? You can change the button to learn more, sign up, apply now. In certain areas, in certain goals, not in the listings, you can also select contact us. And so you just choose whatever button you want it to be, and it will, sign up. With a listing, I want them to learn more. And then with a destination email, I typically put in our website. And so basically, when they click Learn More, it'll take them to our website. Or you could, if you have a specific landing page that's been created, which we'll go over in another video, you can choose a landing page from here. And this is a list of all of our landing pages that I've created so far. So pretty easy. I've heard people say that landing pages don't work. I've heard people say that they do work. So it's just kind of up to you. Test the waters. You're just going to see what happens. Ad targeting. You want to, if you just want something basic, you want to advertise in Tacoma with a radius of 20 miles, great, then you're done. If you want to use custom settings, which I kind of recommend doing, because even though your location may not change much, like this is in Tacoma, so I'm going to advertise Tacoma within 20 miles, I want to add and change interests. And interests are very interesting. So like, the interest you're talking about is what if people, when it's creepy when you search on Amazon for like a dog bed and then you start seeing advertisements on Facebook for dog beds. It's a little creepy, but at the same time, that is considered an interest. You were interested in dog beds. So if someone goes to Realtor.com, and, searches for a house, I want them to be interested in my property. If someone goes to Zillow and does the same thing, I want them to be interested in my property. If they are interested in real estate of any kind, I want to, maybe they want to invest. Maybe they were looking for a broker. Don't choose too many. I would say no more than 7. But notice how much your audience is for each one of these. And if you don't like it, you can just hit the X to delete it, but I'm going to save those. And that just helps target an audience. So that way, the people that you are looking at, this is being placed in the hands of people who would not necessarily be annoyed to see it. And then, duration and budget. So this is where it's kind of cool. You can distribute evenly across your budget across both the channels that you selected, channels being Facebook, Instagram. If you selected Twitter, it would be 3 channels. Or you can use automatic placements, which with this, I like to put that I would just do evenly across both personally, but there is a way to select. I'm trying to figure out how. Let's see here. I used to be able to. Why is this doing this? There used to be a way that you could. There used to be a way that you could change this to where Facebook is getting like $50 and Instagram's getting the remaining 30, but I'll have to look into that for you. I'm so sorry. But anyway, for now, we're just going to do evenly distribute across both. That works just as well anyway, if the other option isn't working for you. Everyone will tell you minimum of 10 days, no more than 12. So let's do the 10 days. So if you're advertising for like a homebuyer class, you want to make sure that you post this about 11 or 12 days before, so that way you have the 10-day cycle. Otherwise, Facebook may not actually show it to anybody, which wouldn't be fun because they give priority to ads that are paying more and paying longer. In this case, I'm going to do $50, $25 to each. And this will tell me kind of how much daily per channel I'll be spending. And so, yes. So I will say, the nice thing about campaigns and the big difference between using campaigns on command and going directly into Instagram and Facebook is that they both, going into Instagram and Facebook, no matter what your budget is, you pay for it, no matter what you get out of it, no matter how many leads you get. With command, you only pay if you get leads and impressions. You only get charged if your name is put out there. And just because your budget's $50, if you only got about $28 worth of impressions and clicks and leads, that's all you're going to pay. And that makes it 10 times more worth it. Otherwise, posting through command is really no different than posting directly to Facebook. You can still go into your business pages on Facebook and see who's commented, who's liked, and you can see the dynamics in the posts. Anyway, so we're going to save that duration and budget, and then if this was a real ad, I would do, and if I'm happy with all of these previews, I would do publish campaign. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want to publish this to my actual campaign. I'm actually going to come over here to campaigns, go back to here, and it would show up here in the top of the list with your channels. So there was 2 channels here, so it would look something like this. And it would say, instead of active though, it will say in progress. Now that means that it's just processing with the social media accounts. It does take until the next day to post. So just because you post something today doesn't mean it will post today. It posts usually at midnight the next day. Just keep that in mind. The next tab up here is emails. Now emails are pretty simple. You used to have MailChimp in order to use emails, and so this is one of those things where I'm a little bit confused, and I myself need to do some research. But it looks like here that I have about 4,999 email sends remaining. So if I create a new campaign, come over here to email. If I wanted to advertise a listing, I could use command email, which I have about 5,000 left, or I could add MailChimp if I have over 10,000 people that I want to send it to. I'm going to set up the campaign. Oh, sorry. Need to do testing 1, 2, 3 to name it. And so basically, this is the account that it will be sending from. So if people reply to it, that's the account it will be going to. You can send to a recipients list, or you can create a list of recipients. I've noticed that pretty much just your contacts list can be, you can contact everybody. Or you can, sort them by tags. You can create a whole nother list of people. So like if you're wanting to remember in your contacts, if you met somebody at a specific open house, you can separate their names by the open house tag that you used, and then you can put them into a specific email list. Now this is different than smart plans per se. This will be just a, this will be just like a one-time email campaign that you're sending out. Smart plans is reoccurring, and you can set it up to last for longer periods of time. So the sender will be from me and sending replies to my email. The subject will be here, pretty easy peasy, and the content would be any sort of email. There's KWRI templates, or there's design templates. So you come in here and you can kind of, click and figure out your information. If you have your marketing profile set up on command, all this will auto-populate. Otherwise, you have to put it in all over again. And you can just kind of create it, clicking and dragging. Play around with this stuff. Send yourself an email. like just spend time and do that, and just see what it looks like, see how you receive it. And that's honestly all I do to research it. Is I send stuff to myself. So yeah, so I want to go back to templates though for a moment. I'm going to X out of here. So that's basically emails through campaigns. Then there's direct mailers, which again, it's exactly as it sounds. You create a new campaign, you're going to do direct mail, you're going to advertise a listing, you're going to, let's just use default templates provided, but play around with uploading a custom template someday. Oh, I always forget to name it. It's so subtle up at the top. And then, again, you're going to search for the property address. I'm going to look for it in pending, and I'm going to look for it in all listings. There's my listing again. I'm going to select it. It will tell you the different kinds of postcards you can have and their prices. So 59 cents for first class for the smaller one. Great. Here's the information. All that auto-populates is the listing just sold, because for us it was. Here was the list price. And so, you can do 3-bed, you can do 2-bath, or however many it is, 2.5 bath, and hit save. And then for your listing photo, you can select the listing photo. But notice how it has a low resolution. I've noticed that that's a little bit of a problem because these are going to be printed eventually. So this is where I recommend actually downloading your photos. And sorry, going all the way in here, and I'm going to select this one. And notice how that goes away now, because these are the actual print quality photos that I have downloaded directly from Virtuance, our photographer. So now I'm going to hit save. The agent it's listed as Sean Morris because you can only have one, but we're going to, I'm going to kind of edit this to be a team. So forgive me for a moment while I do that. So I always use our team headshot for it, and then I do Morris. If you have a team, Morris and then associates. If you're by yourself, leave your name in there. I mean, it's whatever. Here's our email, and here's our cell number. You hit save. And then Market Center, we always do Keller Williams Realty Bellevue. And then this is our DBA logo, which is going to be our company logo. Let's see, where is my logos? All of a sudden, there they are. Forgive me, I think it was a Monday. There we go. And then the address, which is 505 in Washington. Boom. Oops, and this changed to Keller Williams Bellevue. Boom. You're going to verify the address, do the corrected address, whatever. Targeting. You're going to do local targeting, or you can target your database by adding specific contacts or neighborhoods. In this particular case, I'm going to do local targeting, and local targeting is going to locate the nearest addresses to my listing, and it's going to send out however many postcards I select to that specific designated area. So I'm going to hit save. Come down here. How many postcards do you want to send out? Do you want to send out 200? Do you want to send out 800? As you update it, first class, it's going to update your budget. Spend $472. Oh, well, that's too much. I'm going to do 500. Okay. Oh, okay. $300. That's better. You're going to hit save. Then another fun thing that you can do is you can actually add a QR code to link to a specific landing page. Now, I've created a landing page in the past, which again is a whole other video, so hold tight, where you can download our app. And so now that we can preview the postcard, you're going to see here that it's marked as just sold. And, the price that it was, Keller Williams. That's always important to have on there. The photo I selected, the information I want, that's the front. And on the back, we have our picture, our name, our contact info, the description of the property from the MLS, our logo, and if people scan this QR code, it's going to take them to download our app, our mobile app. So easy peasy, and it's really, really cool. I have not personally sent these out yet. I literally researched this morning. But I'm looking forward. We have a listing coming up in the next week or so, and I'm going to send those out for those. So go back to direct mail. And then there's social posts here. Just like on Facebook, you can actually schedule posts ahead of time on your social media account if it's connected. So if you definitely want to post about 4th of July on Saturday, and right now on Tuesday you're like, oh yeah, I need to post about 4th of July on Saturday, but I may not remember because I'm going to be out with my friends on Saturday. You can come over here to Saturday, July 4th to create a social post, and just like you normally would on, Facebook, just in a different template. You can write text for it, you can upload photos, you can do whatever. If you have a meme for 4th of July you want to upload, you just have to save it to your computer and, browse it. Or you can create a design from the design tab, which is, again, another video. And then you just schedule it for whatever date and time you want. And on Morris & Associates Real Estate, hit schedule post, and it will come up here, and it will automatically post to your account at that time, so you don't have to worry about remembering it. And feel free to do that for any day of the week. Like for a while there, before COVID, I actually had social posts scheduled every Thursday with local Seattle things to do, just to kind of keep our page active and keep posts coming up, because the more you post on your business pages, the more likely people will be to see it, the more it will pop to the top, and the more likely your campaigns will be successful overall, because Facebook will recognize that your page is very active. So keep it going, and play around with this. This is a very, very large tab. Some of the tabs are very quick and very simple and are like 5-minute videos. This one was obviously an almost 30-minute video, and I could still go into it more and more. So just play around with it. If you have any questions, of course, you know how to reach me. But we'll see you next time.